Hello, my name is Torsten Hewson, and my presentation will be on Lake Baikal. The topics covered in this presentation are geology, climate, chemistry, biology, and human impact on the lake. Lake Baikal, the jewel of Russia, is located in the southern part of eastern Siberia. It is the oldest existing freshwater lake on Earth, at over 20 million years old, as well as the deepest continental body of water, with a maximum depth of 1,620 meters. It is the world's largest freshwater lake by volume as well, containing 1/5 of the world's unfrozen fresh water. Lake Baikal was created tectonically around 20 million years ago. The lake lies in a hollow created by a mountain range, some with heights in excess of 2,000 meters. This is the topography of the region, showing national reserves and a cross-section of the lake. The lake is so old, the sedimentary strata on the lake's floor is thought to be over 6,000 meters thick. The area is very geologically active, with hot springs and underwater volcanoes being part of the rift basin, created by breaks in the Earth's crust. The lake and the surrounding area is riddled with faults and deep rifts. The lake's newest feature, Proval Bay, was formed in 1862 after an earthquake measuring 10.0 on the Richter scale hit the region and sunk part of the surrounding landmass. These are mud volcanoes and gas heaps, present throughout Lake Baikal's depths. These will be discussed more in other sections. This figure shows the major faults and tectonic blocks of the Lake Baikal Rift Basin. Lake Baikal's climate is much milder than that of the surrounding territory. The temperature only gets down to an average of negative 21 degrees Celsius in the winter, and up to an average of 11 degrees Celsius in the summer. Very, very warm for Russia. Lake Baikal has very high mineral content, and near gas seeps there are concentrations of methane, sulfur, and iron, but these mostly stay in the depths or are consumed by bacteria. The lake's pH on average is 7.2, but algae can bring this pH as high as 8.6 in surface waters. The biology of the region. There are over 1,500 species that live in Lake Baikal, with the majority of these species being endemic, that they only live in Lake Baikal. Some of these include the Lake Baikal seal and other arthropods. Of particular interest are the extremophiles, organisms that live in extremely harsh conditions. These include bacteria that live directly in the ice and photosynthesize to the sulfur-eating bacteria on the lake's floor. Mud volcanoes and gas seeps contribute wildly to the amount of organisms that can live in these lakes, providing warm temperatures in an otherwise cold area. Human impact. This area has been lived in for centuries, and the people who live there are very interested in preserving the ecosystem. The first efforts to conserve the lake started in 1916 with a nature reserve. It was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996. Human impact on the lake has risen dramatically since 1915, with industrialization beginning right on the shore. The Baikal pulp and paper plant is the biggest issue concerning the lake. This is the Baikal pulp and paper plant. As you can see, it is spewing smoke, and it is right on the lake shore. The plant was opened in 1966, and its wastewater was dumped directly into the lake. Ecologists say the mill has been spewing thousands of tons of dioxins and other harmful byproducts into Baikal, but the owners say that the wastewater they produce is clean and does not affect the lake. This is a protest of people protesting the reopening of the pulp and paper plant. Conclusion is that Lake Baikal is a very productive and ecologically important lake. Its conservation should be top priority so that we have a better understanding of the lake and its insight into the past through sediment cores. Now I will play a video from David Attenborough's Planet Earth on Lake Baikal.
Lake Baikal in eastern Siberia. "400 miles long and over a mile deep, Baikal contains 1/5 of all the fresh water found in our planet's lakes and rivers. For 5 months of the year, it's sealed by an ice sheet over a metre thick. Baikal is the oldest lake in the world, and despite the harsh conditions, life flourishes here in isolation. 80% of its species are found nowhere else on Earth, including the world's only freshwater seal. With this seal and its marine-like forests of sponges, Baikal seems more like an ocean than a lake. There are shrimp-like crustaceans, giant amphipods, as large as mice. They are the key scavengers in this lake. The water here is just too cold for the bacteria that normally decompose the dead.